Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of SVG's on the Hardwood. We're with one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference in the association. I'm pleased to be joined by Johnny Watson. He's the executive producer of arena and event presentation for the Milwaukee Bucks. First of all, Johnny, how are you doing? How's the team? How's your family? Hope everyone's safe. How's the season so far this year?
Well, thanks for having me, Kristian. Everything's been great. There's been a lot going on. I mean, across the league and here in Milwaukee, we're trying to navigate through everything. I mean, I think everybody is just happy that basketball is back, and that we're playing in our home arenas. And I think hopefully as things get better out in the world, we can get fans back here into Fiserv Forum as soon as possible. But overall, people here have been healthy. Family's been good. Obviously been working more with the team playing again, which is great. But it's been fun. Just excited for the season to kind of progress and see what lies ahead in the future.
Right. The bubble was cool and everything, but it's always nice to be home and sleep in your own bed and see the family and get some home cooked meals. So speaking of that new home, Fiserv Forum is hitting I think 3 years, right? So inside that generally new stadium, what's being played on the video board, and how's the crowd noise playing a factor for the team, even though fans aren't in the stands?
Yeah, so we've taken the approach of, we want to, I mean, our primary goal is to really cater to, our basketball team. Yeah, that's first and foremost. So
Right.
we've had a lot of meetings with them offline just to discuss kind of philosophy. And I think, when it comes to, the video board specifically, like it's overload of replays, when we need them. Obviously that will only benefit us. We're very heavy into replays than we were previously. That's one thing for sure. Statistics. You see statistics all over our displays now, typically where we would have sponsors or our prompts and stuff like that. We have more statistics than we've ever had, just so the coaching staff needs to see something, more regularly. It's
Right.
there. Then obviously the crowd noise, that's a big part, so we're working with Firehouse Productions which most, I think of all, not all NBA teams are working with for that manufactured crowd noise. And I was able to work alongside them in the bubble. So that was kind of fun to get to know the guys and the people who are basically created that software and implement it with so much success down there. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic working with them and having them in our arena now, and then working with our broadcast partner, our local RSN, has been great to kind of integrate that into our experience. So just really working hand in hand with obviously our in-arena audio folks, but also on broadcast to make sure that crowd noise sounds as real as possible. So other than that, we're trying to, I'm not saying normal is the right way, but like
Right.
we're doing, we've been doing these like rewinds or flashbacks of like performances we've had in previous seasons. So we'll do, like a fun intro with one of our hosts, and we've got we just roll a video of something that we did in years past. So there's some fun things that we did just to, there's people in the building. There's right now we don't have fans. We don't have really anybody but basketball staff and then essential workers for the arena to function on game nights. But we still want to cater to those people, and then we have our fans on League Pass that, that are watching that,
Right.
we can stream some fun things for them too on League Pass. They can watch some of the content that we think is entertaining.
So you mentioned crowd noise and how that was kind of one of those enhancements in the bubble. You mentioned you were in the bubble. How coming back to Fiserv Forum and producing these games now without fans? How do you think your experience in the bubble helped kind of get your team ahead of the curve? Because you were there, you first experienced it
Yeah.
firsthand, and now bring that knowledge back to your team. How do you think that helped?
That's a great question. It was an immense help. I mean, just being there on the ground and kind of behind the scenes and seeing what it was like. I mean, you can imagine the environment of going from 17,000, fans to, really nobody in
Right.
the building. I mean, it was a shock to your system in a lot of ways. So kind of acclimating yourself and getting used to the way the games are being produced down there with the content and your cues and the timing and all that stuff and how you communicate and whatnot. I mean, there was a lot of takeaways from that experience that I brought here, just creatively, instinctively, and the best ways to kind of produce the game, considering the challenge of not having, the best part of the game, which is the fans. From our perspective, that's the best part, is to play off the fans and get them engaged with what's going on. So I think, like I said, I think with understanding the sweetening system, the crowd noise, I think was a huge help. And then just understanding the programming. I mean, luckily I was down there, and I was able to produce content for 21 other teams, so besides the Bucks, I was talking with game directors from other teams and learning their show, which is pretty cool.
Right.
You get to see kind of other teams' philosophies. And I know pretty much everybody in the league, and I've been to most arenas to see their shows live. But it just was really fascinating to kind of see their thought process and philosophy on things, and the way they use their prompts and content gave me a lot of ideas. And we were lucky enough to have our DJ Shauna down there with me. She was there with me for 2 months. And similarly to me, I mean, she was one of 4 DJs down there. So she got to work with all the teams on their prompts and, that crowd noise and, when to do certain things for certain moments and stuff like that. So it was a huge learning experience and just an incredible success story from the NBA just to pull that off. We were taken care of so well. And I'm really happy and fortunate I was able to do that.
Right. There's nothing like cutting it up with some friends in a bubble, nowhere else to go. So might as well kind of develop some ideas while you're down there.
Yeah.
So I want to go to safety protocols next. When Johnny wakes up in the morning, he eats his breakfast, he says bye to whoever's at home. What's it like for you when you get to the forum, and then kind of after getting there, the game goes on? What do you have to do in the control room and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think that, the pandemic in itself, my family and I have been pretty aware of and cautious with everything. I mean, I think we've been smart about, some of the, decisions we've made as far as, following the science of it all and what you need to do to be safe. So we've been good with that. And I think that obviously translates into here in the bubble, being that experience too, again, like, going in from you're tested every day, and you have to do a thing on your app, and you have to do an oximeter test, and you take your temperature and all those things. You get used to really like understanding the best way to take care of yourself and to monitor your health, your vitals as you kind of go through this. So essentially with us, like, we have to get tested. So there's zones, right? So our operations team has done a fantastic job of, basically setting up our arena, per health and safety protocols to keep everybody, as safe as possible when it comes to the virus. So we're in zone A, which is kind of the same zone where the players are at. So myself and our PA announcer are the only people in my department, or the production side, that are in zone A. So we have to get tested, 2 out of 3 days prior to each game. So we have a game tonight against Portland. So I got tested yesterday and then on Friday. So you get, no matter what, you have to get tested the day before the game. And you have to pick 1 of 2 days prior to that. So you get tested. Hopefully, obviously, everything goes with that. We've got, our human resources team and ops team have done a great job of setting up testing sites here at the arena for everybody to come down and do that. Which has been seamless and easy. You walk in, walk out. It takes 5 minutes to do it. You get your results within 24 hours. So it's been really, really good. When you come in, there's different entrances. So I'm zone A, so I go to one entrance, and everybody else in zone B goes to a different entrance. So we walk in. There's an app on your phone. We're with Clear. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen it where you travel, that Clear.
Yeah, airports, stuff like that. Yeah.
Airports. Yeah. So we have Clear on our phones that we use, and we have to do a health survey. Our COVID test results are linked to it, and you go through that, and you basically just, check how you're feeling and all the symptoms, and you basically get a green light to go through. You present that to security, you go through security. You have to answer some questions, temperature check, all that stuff, and then you kind of go in. So there's separation. So like, I'm the only one out of my full-time staff and part-time staff that's like in the zone. So like, they're up in the main concourse, of course, and I'm down below, and I can't see them face to face because of the zone restrictions.
Right.
So I'm kind of, operating independently. It's kind of bizarre, to be honest with you, that I don't get to see anybody really on my team except the PA announcer.
Right.
So that's been interesting, but again, I think everybody understands what this is. It's not business as usual. So you just kind of go with it, be positive about it, and understand that hopefully things are going to get better soon. We can kind of figure out a way to get back things the way they were previously.
In venue production, it seems to be such a collaborative experience, and now that you kind of are literally physically away from your other colleagues, it's kind of weird. Back to the production side, all fans are not in Fiserv right now. What are you doing for those at home, either on digital platforms, social, or websites and that nature?
Yeah, so we started doing this thing called Courtside Live. It's a full pregame show that starts 90 minutes before the broadcast kicks in. So tonight we played 7, broadcast at 6:30. We're on at 5. So it's a second screen show that our game director Kate Ulrich has put together and just been fantastic. Where we're using one of our radio partners, one of our play-by-play, his name's Justin Garcia, has done a great job with it, and then one of our in-game hosts, Melanie Ricks, has been kind of our color, I guess you could say, for it. It's kind of our fun, kind of different than basketball, kind of just focusing on more of the entertainment side thing.
Sure.
They've been a great combo, and we just produce content for 90 minutes. It's a bunch of basketball. We show the players warming up, go through statistics, go through trends, fun facts about them, whatnot, when they're warming up. So we'll show them. And then we also get into some fun things with entertainment, about, trivia contests, we do, fun games. Our mascot gets involved, stuff like that. So we're just trying to keep, people engaged, people can't get in the building. So we're trying to give them opportunities to kind of get some of that unique access inside the building, have some fun, with our our hosts and stuff like that here. And, so we've had a really, really positive response, on our social platforms and whatnot, up to this point. And we're going to keep doing it. I don't know. We'll see kind of what happens when fans start re-entering the building. And I think we'll keep doing it because we'll be able to have everybody come back right away. So we're going to kind of slowly stagger it in, but overall it's been a really positive experience, and it's been fun. Essentially we're producing 2 shows every night. We've got the game show for 90 minutes, and then we get into our in-game stuff too. So we're just trying to, again, content, keep people engaged, and, Bucks top of mind. Our fans are, I think, really, really, eager and excited to keep involved with what's going on with the team.
Right. Kind of creating that buzz and getting some extra flavor to that linear broadcast before it starts, and kind of keeping everyone bought in,
and keeping people engaged and tuned in. And people are, we've got a great team, it's our organization, across the board. Our basketball team is great. We just got a lot of attention. The fans in the state and the city have just really gotten behind us. So we're just trying to keep them engaged and keep them holding on as much as possible. As we continue to, kind of push forward, hopefully get them back in the building and on our way to hopefully a championship.
Right. Before I let you go, Johnny, you mentioned the team on the floor, but you have some pretty exceptional people on your team up in the control room. Anyone you'd want to mention that you think deserves some much needed recognition?
I could list everybody. We just brought on a guy named Matt Morrell, who's our multimedia director. He's been upstairs in the control room, kind of managing everything up in that space. It's just been fantastic as far as, curating our content, putting together the show for both Courtside Live and Arena. Our engineers have been great. Obviously you can imagine the, kind of the evolution, reinventing everything in this building to satisfy, whatever broadcast needs, and obviously an Arena, and being safe with it as well. So our engineers, Ken Barsky and Steph Sokolovich, have done a great job. Our DAC technicians have done a great job with, we've brought in a bunch of courtside digital displays. Again, we're not doing what we did in the bubble with the big LED displays behind the court, but we've added, how many tables? We've added 4 new tables total. 6 tables total to our courtside configuration for partners and for prompts and stuff like that. So they've done a great job with that. And then really our entertainment staff. I mentioned Kate Ulrich, who's done all of our, she produces all of our content for our games, or for Courtside Live, Brian, Ryan, Allie, Tim, DJ Shauna is great. Eric Jensen, our PA announcer, our audio sweeteners. Everybody has just been a fantastic, Melanie Ricks, our host, has done a really, really good job of coming together and just having a positive attitude, right? This is a very unique situation. I think culture is really important here, what we do, and that we have fun together and we enjoy the experience. And it's been a lot of fun. And just the organization in general. We, from the top down, from our team president to my boss, Dustin Gotzi, to our operations team here at the building, our GM, Dennis Williams, has done a really good job just kind of keeping this all together and giving us the right guide to kind of follow through with this and do it safely, but also, try and get back these things to normal as much as possible considering the situation. So overall, it's been a huge team effort.
It's cliche to say this, but it's truly team effort to kind of keep this thing going. I mean, you have a good team on the floor. Two-time MVP, Giannis. That kind of goes beyond saying, but you guys are doing the best you can too. The sign behind you, I believe that says "Fear the Deer." So I think you're going to keep on trying to help the league, to fear the deer. So Johnny, I really appreciate the time. It's a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure to keep in contact and talking. Keep up the great work, and hopefully I can get out to Milwaukee when things are back to normal.
You're welcome anytime, my man. There's a direct flight from New York out here, so anytime you want, you let me know. I'll take care of you.
Appreciate it, Johnny.